Hello
There
and
it
good
is.
evening. Here we are. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, TWTG. Welcome. I'd like to welcome my special guest, Adega, who he knows I'm
Jerry
his
Lewis
number.
special.
Yes, you are special because I'm your number one fan, but not like Misery, remember.
I appreciate that.
And we are going to be talking about self-publishing and just some babbling bullshit with your redheaded stepchild. Yes, if I was feeling better, I'd show you. I dyed my hair red back to the color it was before I turned white, and I thought it was going to make me look younger. No,
Oops.
actually, it looks okay, but we're not. I'm hiding today, anyways. So tell me. So how? What are your steps? How do you go from thought to thing to actually publishing and get? I believe you're on Amazon. I believe that's where I ordered the book from. Right? Or is
Yeah.
it?
Amazon. I got to give you a fair warning. Let's start off from the very beginning, though. Everyone who has an idea, if you don't do anything with the idea, you're never going to get published.
Right.
Just how it is. And there's so many ideas out there, and there's room for everybody. But self-publishing, you're always gonna. There's two things. It's either going to cost you money, or you're going to end up on Indiegogo or
Okay.
something similar. With Amazon, and I only found this out more recently because my book did fairly well on Amazon, but something was not adding up. And so I finally found out Amazon gave the people who published, it was a self-publishing company, of course, it wasn't indie. They gave them only 15%. And I got my cut out of that 15% after the company did.
Oh wow.
So if you want to lose money, list with Amazon.
Ha.
The problem is Amazon has a reputation that when people want to know what's good, what's not, they automatically think, well, the Amazon list, what's their top 10? What's their top 100? And when you get up to over 50 or so, then it stops being accurate. It's more like a lot of these people will buy their own books just to pump up their rating and then sell from there, because they can turn around and sell their own books anywhere. So a lot of it gets falsehood. But, after the top 50, 100, then the numbers start becoming kind of accurate. But even still, self-publishing, that's something you may want to avoid. I've heard from other people, I haven't had the chance, except for, some of the personal contacts on my own. But when you do either conventions or you go to book signings or those type of things, when you have book in hand and people buy it with a signature, that's when you're going to actually start earning your money back.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that makes sense to me. That's what I was telling Chris on the whole story that we're doing with Kid Millennium Mars City. Hopefully, it'll turn into a series, and we're started the comic on that too. Just trying to do a multimedia type thing. So we're kind of all over the place. That's why we hailed you. Because,
well,
yeah,
I just know the one way, but I do know that a lot of people that do indie. Well, I'm involved with actually a publishing company now. I think a lot of people know that. They found my work, and I actually submitted it to one company, and people were trying to get a hold of me. And I went with one because the route that they're doing tends to kind of lean more the indie direction, which is going to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that other publishers do, unless you're one of the big three, like Tor or one of those, where they automatically make tons of money because it's the name, and they assume that the authors associated with those big companies are well. But there are other people, this is the point, that when they make a product, whether it be a comic book or a book or what have you, they make multiple types of products where there'll be an associated game, or there'll be artwork, or
Right.
they will have some other type of media that goes along with it, card games, board games, figurines. And when you market those, that's where they tend to make a lot more money, because you can still sell their book on Amazon or what have you. But people that like it say, well, I'm going to come back and, well, there's a figurine. It's $30. It goes with the
Right.
book. You sold the book for $15. The figurine's $30, and yet it only cost you 10 to have some manufacturing company produce them in bulk. After a while, you'll make a lot of money that way. So that's not uncommon.
Yeah, I was even thinking about doing a kid show, because Kid Millennium is a reluctant superhero. So, like I said, this is 20 years in the making, and Chris started it as a rock opera. So there's all the music behind it. But I was thinking about doing something for kids too. There's not a lot of stuff for the kids.
Nothing good, anyway.
Right. And so that was one of my ideas. And of course I have Yitza, and I have Darth Haster, and I have Butterflies so far. I'm trying to rope in Mando Merc, if you're out there, and hey, Crimson, welcome. And Crimson too. He's friggin' awesome. Crimson Mist. Just the people that I've been, just the people that I've been hooking up with through YouTube. Just there's so many brilliant friggin' content creators out there. It's amazing.
Right.
That and I just want to pull in some new people and just take over Hollywood, literally, like have Mars come in as the big planet, like, and take over planet Hollywood. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, here's something too you might want to consider, and I've used this metaphor before, and I don't think people quite understand it completely, but it is exactly history. And you're young enough to remember when they had the 7-Up commercials, and eventually 7-Up just could not compete with Pepsi and Coke. They were having the darndest of time. But in the early 80s, there came out with a new line that said the Uncola, crisp and clean and no caffeine. What they did, and what was brilliant about it, because it put them on the map, and eventually, they merged with other companies, but it made them a ton of money, was instead of trying to compete with Coke and Pepsi, they made a whole new category. Right. So instead of competing with Hollywood, we make a whole new category. Let them do their thing, but eventually people will say, why do we want to pay attention to this crap that's being shelled, and we have to jump through their hoops to view it? We have to pay their monthly subscription and then a little extra for this, or all of this garbage, when you can go to Odyssey or YouTube or BitChute and see what they've created, or you can go to Indie and buy their books, or get a direct mail, or however it is, and you just bypass the garbage machine.
Yes.
So that's the metaphor, instead of trying to burn down Hollywood, just completely ignore it and have your brand as something totally unique, but worth the time, and people will come.
That's true. That's what Mars City Media Company is all about, which I totally want to get the corporation for. He's an LLC right now. I said, no, we got to go bigger. I'm a bigger, badder person. It's the boomer, and sorry, folks. It's just the way it is. But so Crimson says, I prefer their slogan, make 7-Up yours. And then Krishna says, but 7-Up sold out. So they
did. But they sold out when they made a name for themselves and they had value.
Right. And like I said, when I started YouTube, it was just weird. I was looking up Viking stuff and I came across Loki. So Loki was my But first, before Loki, was author Stephen Walton, and then Wes Moody and Bear. So that whole group there kind of started me off. And then I just was like, hey, this is an avenue where I can like post my random artwork and, babbling crap. And that's when I came up with here, the babbling crap. Yeah. And that's just basically, what it is. So I was talking to Culture Casino earlier today on his live chat and asking about Indiegogo, because I what would be awesome is if just Netflix just gave us a window, let us sell the friggin' story to them, and then we can move on with other, because I've got like a whole folder of ideas and they just keep coming and coming and coming. And then Darth, as he's been writing a story too. And then of course Yitza, I think, is fabulous, and I'm glad he's on our graphic. But yeah, I like.
There's two ways to get in with Netflix.
Yeah.
You have to be publicly extraordinary, or you have to have connections.
Yeah, see, we're trying to work some connections. I know some people in the business. Chris knows from producing several albums and being in the music industry for so long. He knows people in the business, but it's just even them that we went to school with, people that we went to school with, or, some people just got their heads up their asses and they still think that, Disney and Warner Brothers and all of them are going to do them right until they retire and figure out, oh, no retirement. That happened to my friend of 30 years for Disney.
Right.
Got everything wiped out from him. And I told him when they went with, who did they connect with first? I think it was Fox or NBC. When Disney, I just was like, oh yeah, I see bad things. Yeah. But it's like you said, yeah, make something else happen.
Right.
So what do you think of Kindle then?
You know what? To be honest, I don't know enough about Kindle. I don't know where their finances go, how they reimburse people that list with Kindle. That's something I'll have to investigate. I could probably find out through the publishing company I work with. They'll probably know. So I don't have an answer for you with Kindle. I really don't. I just don't know enough about them.
Gotcha. Hey, Darth, how you doing, son?
I believe my book was on Kindle, but what it did or however, I don't know. Hey, Darth, how's it going?
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was either Kindle or it was Amazon. I can't remember. That was I want to say, did I buy I don't remember which one it is, because there was something wrong with my address. I have to go redo it. I don't know if it was the Blood Witch. I don't think it was that one. I think it was the one before. What was the one before?
The Evolution. Blood Witch hasn't been out yet.
Evolution, yes.
And that one's due to be re-released probably this year along with the Blood Witch.
No, the Blood Witch. We've talked about that in the back room, and you know how I feel about the Blood Witch. Love the Blood Witch. Love that story. Is so bomb ass that, yeah, I was like hurrying to listen to it all because I knew that you were gonna take it down and revamp some of it. So yeah. And then,
there's just little things, names changed. I did something today with the editor where the original names of the Algonza twins in the Blood Witch was Vincent and Jacob, but in Algonza I have Vin and Kai, or Vincent and Kai. So, and I didn't even know a Kai existed when I did this. So no influence from the Kai who wrote his own space thing there. But either way, I had to go in and say, the Blood Witch, we have to fix this. And Malcolm Trodair it lists off in the Blood Witch the titles and things that he owned at the time before the children were born, and one of them was out of place, and I had to rework that. But other than that, it just mostly spelling, spacing. The problem I ran into is I was using a really crap word editor. It wasn't Word, it was just a document editor on an iPad. And every time I translated it to Word or to PDF, it just went nuts. And so it is kind of a wreck, but it's all getting fixed.
Yeah, that's what Chris is coming into problems with too. Was font size. It wouldn't let him do 10. Google kept changing it. That's why I posted that FU Google song. I'm so sick of Google friggin' telling you what to do and changing your font. It changes everything. It changes all the margins. It changes all the lines.
Yes, it does.
And then I see mouses flying through the room, and I'm like, oh, hellfire, somebody's mad.
Yeah.
But you know how it is when you're writing, man. You don't got time for, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Convention for publishing is Times New Roman. As pretty as everything else is, that's what the common denominator is. I forget the font size. I think it's either 10 or 12, somewhere around there. But if you're not able to write in Times New Roman and then convert it to Word, it has to be in Word. Some require PDF, but most don't like it. Right. And then there are a few that want to use Google Docs, which I hate.
I know, me too.
But it's there. There's an advantage to using Google Docs where you can have 2 or 3 editors and yourself and the publisher, and they can all look at it at the same time and work through it. But yeah, Word's the easiest.
That's interesting, because I do believe that he's using Google Docs. So
there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I just don't like it. And I don't like the fact that Google has it.
Right. No doubt. But yeah, they won't. Yeah, so I'll have to tell them about Times. Because I'm trying to think of when I worked for attorneys. One of the law firms, I worked for 14 different attorneys. So trying to do briefs for 14 different attorneys. Some does Word perfect. Some does Word. I'm outdating myself here. And the fonts and the margins, I'm telling you, it was beast. It was hard.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot easier. If you're using Word, you can change it with just a click of the button. It's real easy.
Right.
I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't start off that way. It would have saved me a lot of hours. But Courier is common, as well as Times New Roman. It's probably the second most common font. Is Courier.
Courier and Times, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
Times New Roman tends to be the standard, but you can get away with Courier occasionally. Depends on who you're working with.
Now, do you know anything about what Crimson says here about was it
Comixology? Not a thing. Never heard of it.
Yeah. Crimson, do you know, can you elaborate more on that? You want to come up and elaborate more? I know sometimes he doesn't like to come up. Oh, here. Darth wants to link. Hold on. I got a multitask.
Well, Crimson Mist, some of us don't want to sell out to mega corporations. Don't care about having mega bucks. It's more about having honest creation. You know? Like Nancy was saying before, I keep wanting to call you V, before we went on.
Just don't call me Karen.
Karens come from Generation X, so don't worry about that.
Okay,
Boomers. Cool. Boomers aren't Karens.
Yeah, but I think that's. Oh, here
I totally lost my train of thought.
Oh, you were talking about hellfire.
Well, mega companies selling out, and then sticking with your own ideas. And for me, this is where it was. the things that you were telling me that you were writing about are from life experiences. You sell out, those experiences are gone. The thing that I write about isn't life experiences, but it's real personalities set in fictional events. These are people that I've known, only I put them in worlds that they never existed in. So the personalities you see on page are people that I actually know. And for someone to change that, it changes the people who I wanted recorded in history, kind of almost like humanism, where you take the engrams of a brain and you put it into a computer, and that person's personality to a certain degree is stuck in the computer. Now there's different philosophies on whether or not that is an actual personality or it's just a mimic personality, or if it even comes close. It doesn't matter. The idea is that you're trying to, capture that and keep it. And hey, Darth.
Hey.
Hey, Darth.
Working?
How you doing, son? How you doing, girl?
Is this thing working?
It's working.
Good. I was worried about it. I'm on a POS cell phone headset.
Oh, that'd be difficult.
Yeah, it's rather difficult. I don't know what's up with my equipment. My boom mic arm seems to work only with the PlayStation very well.
There's got to be a setting in your computer then.
Yeah.
That's throwing it off.
Maybe my sound card is not good enough or something. I don't know.
Well, your onboard one should run it. What kind of mic do you have?
On
your boom.
Mizuno. It's I think I got the upgraded version that Mr. Hyde has.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember right now, and I'm not going in the back to hunt out the box either.
My son gave me a Yeti, and it comes with a really cool program. It doesn't do a lot, except it adapts to your computer really, really well.
That's the one I want, but those things are... Whew.
Well, for the same price, you can get one that's a lot better. I'd have to look it up. There are some that are quite a bit better for near the same price. But it was a Christmas gift. I can't go wrong with that.
Rock on. How are you two doing today?
Not bad.
Oh.
V silenced herself. She's doing all right.
You're not being.
I'm good. I got my neighbor over here. I just wanted to.
But no, I didn't see it. So
okay.
Hi, neighbor.
Hello.
Hi, Ann.
Hello.
It's my neighbor Ann.
I'm starving.
She's starving. We got food.
Yeah, you guys can see my kitty cat.
Okay, I'll come
Her
see your
name
kitty
is
cat. She's got a kitty cat. Everybody, Ann's got a kitty cat.
Gotta go see the kitty cat.
Her name is. Oh, you named her Cleo?
No, that's what her name is. She's an exotic cat.
Yeah, she is. She's got a cat that. Oh my God! I saw it in the middle of the night. I thought it was a friggin' wolf.
Oh, that's.
I thought it. Yeah,
Himalayan?
I thought it was. It's like a Himalayan calico. It's friggin' gorgeous. Yeah, it was straight, and it walked across the parking lot. I'm like, am I seeing friggin' things? I was like tripping, and I'm like, yeah.
My neighbor's got a Mancoon, and it looks like, and it's about the color of a raccoon, so it can be confused.
Yeah, first time I saw a brown and white raccoon was out here. That thing was beast, man. That thing looked like a horse. Except for, yeah, the cat down in the other apartment, man, tore up a raccoon. I'm scared of that cat. That cat comes around my house, and I'm like, whatever you want, cat. Yeah, you tore up a raccoon. I'm good. And it has an attitude, too. It'll look at you and go, shh. And we're like, yeah, okay, you got the neighborhood. We're good. But anyways, yeah, so we're talking about self-publishing and just trying to get pick a Dega's brain here on, from start to finish. And I was unaware that you could actually what is it called?
Register?
Register an actual idea. Remember how we were talking about that, and we were all worried about somebody coming in and taking Kid Millennium away.
Yeah, American
You-
Writers Guild, West or East, either one of them, you can register the idea.
Okay. Let me hook Chris up. Hold on. Chris, I'm hooking you up.
There is
Yeah, the Writers
I know.
Guild, they try to protect everything. It's not 100%, but they try.
I know mine is
Right. And
my
that,
writing are not exactly in line with original ideas,
I know.
but they expand on what's already been written.
Well, if you have original ideas, there's also another way, and it sounds stupid, but it's something they used to use a long time ago, but it still works. You can take your manuscript, whether on paper or digital, put it in an envelope, mail it to yourself, and never open it. That actually holds up in court fairly well.
That don't stand up worth shit no more, though, unfortunately.
Actually, from what I've heard, they still do. So
Really?
long as it's sealed to where it's shows that it hasn't been opened or tampered with, so long you can prove that this is never been monkeyed with. Because there are times when people could steam it open, re-glue it, do this and that, make it look like it was old.
Right.
But if you can prove that it was never done, so priority mail, seal, those type of things, you're good to go.
Wonder if you could register it to yourself, that you'd have to sign for it. That might even be a double protective, because he just said the guild is doing that now. Okay.
The guild doesn't copyright anything. They just protect.
Okay.
Yeah, copyright,
We're on
you
the same
actually
page.
have to
I'm
go to
sorry.
the Library of Congress.
Yeah, that was my bad. He's over there. Has to be something.
Yeah.
Right. That's what he was saying. It has to be, you can't just right. He's got all the words. Oh, I told you like them cheesy bites. He's all shoving food down his face when he should be on this stream. No, just kidding. He's shaking his head. Nah, I've been writing all day. I've been throwing the whip at him. I did not.
All day.
I'll never shit on you. But anyways, so we were talking about Amazon, and he gets his cut after the 14%. So if you want to lose money, that's what he was saying. Amazon.
The Amazon takes 85%.
And Amazon takes 85%. I know.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's from.
I'm selling it on my website then, right?
Yeah.
We got a printer. We'll bind it. I'll get some shoelace and bind it old school, man.
Well, like I said, there is one advantage to Amazon, and that is having your IP publicly listed and ranked. Other than that, you're going to lose money there. You'll gain publicity, but you'll lose money. So it's a give or take, but their take is far outweighs how much they're giving.
Yeah, we got to get a hold of Missy Miss, who's starting her publishing company.
Yeah, well, at least I know it is that way for a lot of the print publishing and some of the other idea stuff. When it comes to bigger companies, like when you're dealing with, here again, Coke or, Red Bull or something that's a bigger company where they can write bigger contracts because they don't need Amazon.
Right.
The story's going to be different.
I'd actually crap if my stories actually get published by Arkham House. Do you know why? Arkham House was actually started by none other than August Derleth.
Wow.
August Derleth.
I think I remember that.
August Derleth original was the one who picked up H.P. Lovecraft's writings and started publishing them after his death. That's why it's so significant.
Right.
That's
Well,
why
I
I'd
just want
probably
to know what
crap
happened
frisbees.
to what happened to the old publishers that would just, hey, that's a great idea. Here's 10 grand. Yeah, whatever happened to that? No more anymore, huh?
No. The only time it would be is if you have a name already established. Someone like Ian, well, I always bring up Ian Douglas because I like his writings. Most people, it goes over their head because he's very, very technical and people want to read a story, not science.
That's like Chris. Yeah, Chris is very technical and
Or,
got
yeah,
all the wording. Yeah.
there's some names in fantasy that elude me right now. You can have like, well, even Disney is ripping off Alan Dean Foster, so you never know.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, once this book is written, I told Chris that we should go on a PR tour. I want to go straight up to Bangor, Maine, and sit there and shoot flyers over the wall to Stephen King. Because he took so many of my ideas growing up. Yeah, that guy used to pick my brain when I was sleeping, I'm telling you. I would come up with a story. I'd start writing the story, especially the one about the sparrows. Frig, man. I'm like, dude, man, you took that out of my head. So, yeah, he thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, but I'm telling you, where are they going to get me? Were they going to arrest me? Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first time. They're going to arrest me for shooting flyers over his. You never know. Might run into him. Never know.
That'd actually be worthwhile.
I know, right?
Just go
Wait,
to the
because-
pharmacy. He'll need his pain med sooner or later.
Right? I'll
There
just
you
hang
go.
out at the there we go. Hang out at the pharmacy, hey, dude, and just rattle some bottles. Hey, psst, I got something for you.
I worry
I'm an
about your
alchemist.
mind there, Darth. You figure that out
Yeah.
so rapid.
We're bad. Well, just wait.
Oh, trust me,
Adega.
I know. I followed Stephen King's career for ever
Yep.
since I was like 10 years old, maybe, give or take a couple
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, me too. Ever since I was little, and I'll tell you, Dart's not too far from us, so we're about planning a road trip to go meet with Darth, and that's going to be epic.
Oh, that'd
This
be
is
fun.
Adega and Darth are on here. I gave you the link. If you want it. Well, you can hear, right?
I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just curious who you were.
Adega, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Adega.
Hey, how's it going?
It's all right.
He is the kid.
The other half of this conversation.
Yeah.
Or
The
these
other-
two people here.
Yeah. The other half of the craziness. Hey, sir.
What are you guys chatting about?
We're Spade, how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in like forever. We're talking about publishing, self-publishing, start to finish, the whole 9 yards on how Adega's been
That's good info. They take
yeah.
85. They give you 15% of your sale.
yeah.
They give it to whoever gave them the book. So if you have a publisher or a printer, the printer gets the 15% and they take their cut and you get what's left according to whatever contract you ran with the printer, not with Amazon.
I
Wow.
see. So basically, they make the sale, but they hog the lion's share of the sale.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
mean,
You're better off just doing Indiegogo and just
yeah.
So if you
Get a
were
crowd
to
under.
produce a comic or a book or something and say that your company that you're contracted with to print these things for you, it does them near cost. Say it costs them $10 a book, and or they sell them for 10. It costs them 8 to make. Well, you put it on Amazon, they recoup their losses off of that by taking all 8. You get the percentage of the net. There's nothing there.
Yeah, that's completely pig-headed.
Right?
Oh my God. But it doesn't surprise me. They're known for having strong arm tactics that just lay waste to the average person.
Yeah. Anybody that's medium-sized to small, that's what they do. Yep. Hey, Kai.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
It
Kai.
sounds
How
like
you
I should
doing?
just go to Lulu or something.
Lulu.
That's a thing.
Well,
You know,
the guys and gals that are doing Indiegogo actually have a good idea running there. You bypass it. You use that public engine. It just so long as the system doesn't get corrupted by people infiltrating and trying to sell out like they do with everything else. Then you just have to make something new all over again.
and so are you saying you pay to have the book printed and then sell them yourself?
That's where I've known several authors where they've made their most money. They go to conventions, they go to libraries, they go to the local bookstores. They set a little stand, say, "Hey, I'm your neighbor. I'm selling books." They sell 10 books. They made $100.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, James Redfield printed the first 5,000 Celestine Prophecies himself with credit cards, and gave them away to bookstores. As far as that's what I read. And then it was a New York Times bestseller after that.
Right. I don't trust those best-selling lists anymore, though. You really shouldn't.
Well, it was in the 80s. So the point being on that alone is that he sold millions of copies after.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That was all. I mean, I don't give a shit about it.
10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust New York seller. That thing could be bought.
Yeah. I mean, it was not supposed to be a gauge of whether something's any good, but it certainly does mean you're selling lots of copies of your book.
Yeah, and even with Amazon, the numbers fluctuate, and I don't know what they use for their algorithms, because my small book hit 50 at one point and then jumped back up into the 50,000. But, it jumps so infrequently. But I was in the top 100 once.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a good stat, though.
Yeah, but I don't trust it. That's the thing. Yeah, I just don't trust it. It may have been accurate. It may not have been.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're probably not going to say that to a publisher who you're trying to get a book deal with, but I get what you're saying.
I've been very fortunate. I have not had to, with the publisher I had, the other one that wanted it, I didn't have to push anything. I just presented something and said, if you like it, great. If you don't. And they liked it. So I've been very fortunate that way.
Okay. I just went at that Lulu comment was there used to be a self-publishing site that competed with Amazon's platform 10 years ago or so called Lulu, and I guess maybe it's gone. I don't.
And then
They probably bought it. Did you think?
They probably bought them out.
Yeah.
Goodreads is not bad.
What's it called?
Goodreads.
Goodreads. Oh, yeah, I have an account on Goodreads. I didn't realize it was a publisher.
They're not a publisher, but they can help you get the word out.
Get it out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. I was going to post it on there. I mean, but I hadn't thought about it a lot yet. I'm still trying to I'm still working on actually finishing a book.
Right.
Yeah, it's my first novel anyway.
A little bit every day, and then it actually adds up.
Yeah. Stephen King was saying that his goal is 6 pages a day. Yeah.
That man writes like a maniac, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite coming in there yet, but I'm pretty close. I've been just the floodgates opened a few months ago for me. I don't know what happened, but
like a page, like 2 pages on probably each novel. So that's like he's literally great.
Your mic is horrible, Darth.
Yeah, Darth,
Yeah,
your
I know.
mic's horrible.
that's his bandwidth that's sucking my head.
Hey,
Mike.
Sam, how you doing?
Telephone mic.
Doing all right, Nancy. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Mountain bike, huh? Right on.
Yeah, like
What's
I
up?
rode around town. I think I rode like 3 miles, and it was like my first time being on a bike in a while.
Wow. Awesome. Now you
uphill,
gotta take that
downhill.
bike, take that bike to some skating pools, man, and friggin' video.
I thought about it, but I need a BMX bike to take
Yeah,
it to a park. But yeah,
yeah, that's true. That's true. So, Darth, you fixed that mic yet?
There's your answer.
Yep, there's my answer. Well, just wait till
how's
we
everything
get up
going?
there. Things are good.
Adega?
Things are good. Yeah, we got a Dega
Yes.
here. Go on, Sam.
Oh no, I was asking how's everything going? Adega, Darth Haster.
Oh, well, when Darth can speak, I actually will be quiet and let him try and microphone it through.
I'm doing all right, actually.
I'm doing all right. Just dealing with less work lately. I need to find a different job, honestly.
You need to create some games, dude.
Yeah.
Got an idea for a game. Just saying.
That's a cool picture of Raiden. Did you draw that?
No. I took it from Google.
Ah.
Ooh, you said the G word. Shh.
I just looked up Raiden, and I'm like, oh, there's a cool one.
Hi. I'm just trying to rock up. I know. I can't get there.
You can't hear that.
What?
Whatever is going on there.
No.
Okay.
No, not to my knowledge, no. I know she's having problems with
What?
the phone. Oh, we've had nothing but friggin' phone problems over here at Sprint. Ever since Sprint moved with T-Mobile, they told me to go to the Sprint store, but there's no Sprint stores, there's only T-Mobile. Then they couldn't find me. Then they'll take my ID at T-Mobile, but they wouldn't take my ID at Sprint. OMG. It was a friggin' nightmare.
Yeah. Because Intello stores are now double up as Sprint stores.
Wait, they weren't accepting your ID?
No, because it's expired, but they'll take it at T-Mobile. One counter.
Oh, okay.
They moved over to the other counter to Sprint. Nope. Can't find you anywhere. I'm like, OMG. So I had to come back here and spend 4 days on the phone with Sprint. And you know how much I love that. It's like every other month, 4 days with Sprint.
I
But they
kind of
did
wish
give me.
phone. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I kind of wish phone companies wouldn't require your ID, but I mean, maybe they have their reasons.
Yeah, but they could tell it's me. But I could get on the phone and they can fix it over the phone. Finally, when I talk to a normal person, they're like, oh, well, I don't know why they sent you they sent me new Sims cards and all this crap. And oh my God, it's just, and my girl next door, she's on my account. I put her on my account for her birthday, and I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Ever since they merged with damn T-Mobile, they've just been shit. So
No,
yeah.
I can understand that. I have Metro, which is a T-Mobile company.
Right.
Sprint was good in the 90s.
Yeah, Sprint was good until just a few friggin' months ago, until they merged with friggin' T-Mobile. Now everything's got to shit. But they did give me $20 off my bill. Woo, woo, woo.
They merged with T-Mobile and Intello.
Oh, is that what happened? I didn't know they moved with them too. Oh, I guess they did. Oh.
With my plan, it's me and my mom, and for the most part, I pay the bill. Most of the time.
Yeah.
$90.
Yeah, well,
2 people,
yeah,
unlimited.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. Unlimited is a lie.
Really?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, now that I
There's a
think
data
about it,
and once you hit that data cap,
I've used 0.2 terabytes one time in a month. That was whenever I streamed every day, and I would check it. It's like 0.2 terabytes used. I'm like, dang, that's 200 gigabytes, over 200 gigabytes.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't realize how much
Stuff.
Right.
to actually use. It's ridiculous, up and down.
Yeah, it's
Uploading
crazy.
and
Chris walked in here.
downloading.
He's like, I heard unlimited is a lie. Yeah, he's got AT&T if you want to hear some venting going on around here.
It goes up to, well, when you hit 22 gigabytes, they just ruthlessly throttle it back to 128K, right? And I'm like, that's by no stretch of any reality, imagination, like unlimited, like in any fucking way. So.
Well, it's like our internet. We just got internet, and now I was supposed to get the middle internet, the 500, right?
500 megabits.
Yeah, I got 50.
22 gigabytes.
What's that?
Oh, his
22
mic's fucking
22
messed
gigs
up.
is a joke now. It is just.
Yeah, that's on my phone. Like voice data is actually like kind of slim, right? On a phone, it doesn't really take that much bandwidth on a VoIP system to do voice only, right? So throttling it at 22 gigabytes, that's speaking to like people using YouTube and Netflix, right? I mean, you can't, right? Like seriously, like a phone call is like in the kilobits. It's nothing to do a two-way phone call. But
YouTube eats it though.
What's that?
YouTube uses a lot of gigs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. YouTube and Netflix now, you pull down one movie's 250 megabytes. You know, they do this thing called adaptive bitrate streaming. So they detect how fast your connection is, and they'll stop it down so it's standard lower quality, right? I don't know. I probably used a 900-cent word there, but you dig what I'm saying, right? Like it matters how fast your connection is, how good of a stream you get, especially from Netflix. Like you can't actually change the quality. I don't think.
That's why Mars City Media needs to friggin' just take over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Take over.
It's coming.
Having fun making movies and
having fun making movies and being humble and having lots of gratitude. That's our motto. Gratitude towards everybody. Yes, to all. That's what it's all about. Yep.
It's our company. What's it called? Your mission statement.
My mission statement.
Mission statement is gratitude.
Yeah, what I have bumper stickers already made up in my mind. What did I say?
Gratitude's a 4-letter word.
But what was I exchanging? Gratitude's a 4-letter word. No, just FBK is.
I don't even know what that means. Sorry.
My favorite word. No, what was I saying? Breed for gratitude.
How about gratitude?
Word.
Yeah,
it's called tip.
Trading greed for gratitude, trading hate for humanity and humility, and trading praise and honor for pain. Those are my 3 bumper stickers.
Coming right now.
Yeah. So
Darth Robot.
Darth Robot needs new batteries.
Yeah, that's a bullshit.
That's some bullshit. Well, it is babbling bullshit with the redheaded stepchild. So, what can I say? I've got to register my new idea because, Godzilla and versus King Kong and all that's coming out. Whatever. We need some more shit like Young Frankenstein, man. Some good-ass comedies like that. So, with that,
what was a good
right
movie?
now, comedy's kind of outlawed. You can't make real comedy anymore. It has to be like political smiles for the left. You can't do comedy that makes everybody laugh.
People get their feelings hurt.
Oh,
Right.
well,
It has
hell,
to be
you know what?
PC.
I am offended by their offense. Please. Okay. For real.
I'm gonna make what I want to make, If it hurts, too bad.
Well, that's one of the keys to being able to create something worthwhile. If it can make an emotion in someone, then you're halfway there.
Right. So
Here's
matter
my
what-
theory. Here's my theory. Leftists probably can't survive in the army, or not survive, but probably can't make it.
Don't make it out of basic. What the hell are you talking about?
No, if you
Oh.
catch my drift, because you know how harsh the army is. How you have
Yeah,
to
my
have thicker
son's in the
skin.
army. My son's in the army. He said there's a bunch of wimps in there.
The do-over.
A bunch of
Over.
The do-over. Check out the do-over.
Check out the do-over.
Adam Sandler's
Adam
absolutely
Sandler.
complete and total ridiculous. Yeah, him and David Spade. It's
Really, is it
pretty
funny shit?
Did you hear me laugh?
Yeah, I heard you
Oh
laughing.
yeah, I watched that. I watched that
Yeah.
one. It's a Netflix
I
original.
love Adam Sandler. Adam
I
Sandler.
know he's
It's actually a pretty good fucking movie, man. Those guys, I love David Spade though. He's one of my my
Yeah.
hero. That Joe Dirt thing just hits me.
Oh, I know, but nothing
Oh,
beats
Joe
Stuart
Dirt.
Garland.
That's a classic.
Yeah, Joe Dirt is
I
Yeah.
loved him in Tommy
I-
Boy.
fucking hero.
I was thinking about that when I put that hat on today. I'm like, oh my god, what if? And
Did
the
you feel
girl,
like Joe Dirt?
almost. If I would have put some,
I miss Chris
the gorilla
Farley
glue-
myself.
if I would have put some
Aw.
gorilla glue in my hair,
Oh,
yeah, and put that hat on like that girl.
had to go there.
I had to go there with the gorilla glue. I thought it would wash out. Yeah, okay.
Oh, if you like look that up on the internet again, like it's like a 21 minute video, and it just goes in depth with like all the tweets, the posts. It's basically the news on the subject. But that
Well,
that
yeah.
woman got so many followers on IG, and she got so much support, so much hate
Right.
too, of course, and
Right.
like literally she's profiting off of it. I'm not against it. It's just like she's profiting off of it.
Okay, but
over-
not. Yeah, but she knew what she was doing. I'm sorry. She knew what she was. She knew that would get. It's almost like that kid. Who's that 9-year-old that's making like how much money? How many millions on boxing stuff?
Oh,
the
you're
top-
talking about that kid that like plays with toys on YouTube and makes millions?
He's
Yes.
the top earner on YouTube. He made like $26 million last year. He's 9 I don't think he's.
We need to get a hold of him. He needs to
Yeah,
invest.
he's got a staff of like 30 people now. I mean, it's been going on it took him a while to get there, but he's the top
Listen to me.
earner.
We got to get a hold of him. He needs to invest. You hear what I'm saying now?
That kid probably has a director. It's like, no. Say it this way. Open it this way. Get the new box. Let's redo it.
Oh, hell, right. How many takes does it?
Yeah, to open a box correctly. Yeah, okay, you almost said it. Fucking A, dude.
How
I'm
many-
like, I'm ashamed to be like related in terms of like
Right.
we're from the same country. Okay,
planet.
I'm sorry.
man.
Yeah, same planet, same fucking species, human,
It's almost like
primate, alien, hybrid, whatever we are. We're the same species as this guy.
right. It's almost like
Damn.
remember the old lollipops? How many licks does it take to get to the center? And the owl will go 1, 2, crunch, 3 licks.
Okay, wait a minute. How does that relate?
They don't show that
Oh,
crap
it's
anymore,
just-
huh?
It's just stupid.
So you're the queen of not making a correlation.
Of course, I'm the queen of nonsense.
It is called babbling.
Damn,
fucking
it is
bullshit.
called babbling bullshit for a reason. Somebody stop me. They tried once, but it failed. I'm back.
We can't stop you. Just waiting for the sound clip. Something that we can take out of context one of these days.
Oh, well,
I think
yeah.
we already got one from me.
Yeah.
Hopefully you love your friend that goes over.
Something about waiting at a pharmacy.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, my friend. Yeah. I'll just rattle the bottle. Psst. I'm an alchemist. Yeah, I can make my own drugs. Come here, dude. I'll hook you up. But you have to fund this book first.
Wait a minute. You're an alchemist?
Yeah. I've studied stuff.
Pharmacology is a profession that most
Yeah.
boomers knew about.
Yeah. A lot of us knew about that shit back in the day. I'm much better,
Okay.
but I'm much better now. Bwahaha.
I'm not sure if I ever want to dabble in it, but like I've heard that word pop in a few times, alchemist, and like I was like I don't even know much about it, so like I'm actually kind of curious about it.
It's alchemy was just way back a gazillion years ago. It was just the word for basically what pharmacy is now. Blending
Chemistry
together
stuff,
chemistry and minerals. They were actually pretty much trying to make gold back in the day, and they did a lot of stuff with mercury. Newton was an alchemist. There's a lot of people that you'd be surprised, but that was called like sorcery and witchcraft and boo-hooed upon until, they figured out they can make big money with it. Or heroin came first, I think. I don't know. But yeah, just taking chemicals and mixing chemicals, and it's interesting to look up. Actually, History Channel has some good stuff on it. There's some I used to have the Alchemist Cookbook. That was pretty wild, but that got corrupted.
Speaking of Alchemist Cookbooks, do you think they'll ever figure out the 1-inch manuscript in our lifetime?
People know.
You
Are you
think
talking
so?
about a movie or a book?
No, it's a book that was written about 100 years ago, a little bit more than that, and it's. But it may have been. I thought it was just over 100 years ago, but it may be older than that.
There's also a movie called The Alchemist Cookbook.
The book I think he's referencing is one it's written in code, and it has drawings and pictures that almost make sense, but they don't relate to any plant, but they almost do, and no one's quite figured out exactly what it is.
Yeah, ask a Mason. Ask a Mason. He'll know. The Masons and the that all them secret people that aren't secret. I love that. It's the secret society, but here, let's show you all about it. So how can it be secret anymore? It's not secret anymore.
There's Full Metal Alchemist, though. You can watch that. It's a reasonable anime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched that one.
Full Metal Alchemist. That's tight. Yeah, it's anime.
Oh, you watched that too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. I've been watching that lately, actually. Whenever I whoop on the Hulu on my Roku TV, that's what I watch.
There's a lot of it's
esotericism,
anime.
esotericism, symbology in it.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the Ouroboros,
Interesting.
Yeah, look, you want to see something interesting? You just said something about it. Look what Alex Jones did to the Bohemian Club,
right?
At the Bohemian Grove. You sign an agreement if they ever let you in there that you won't bring any electronics in.
Right.
He wore a hidden camera on his tie.
Yep.
And recorded a ceremony it's kind of unbelievable.
Dude, I went to a friggin' ceremony that was in Vegas. That was scary
it's
shit.
This giant owl. And the voice speaking, it's pretty scary. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Bohemian Grove or the Bohemian Club.
Has anybody heard of the Bohemian?
The immolation or the sacrifice of care.
Yeah, it's just crazy what goes on. It's the richest people on the planet but you have to be sort of invited into the Bohemian Club. Bob Weir and Steve Miller, guys like this have camps up there it's near Guerneville in Northern California.
Oh, wow.
That's the Bohemian Grove, right?
Well,
that's where this takes place. It's a giant owl.
Well, damn, we get our own grove because you have how many acres up there in Colorado? We could have our own grove.
Trees, but I hear what you're saying.
There's not many trees.
Not enough to call it a grove.
Yay, but some music festivals for sure. Yeah.
There's pine trees up there. Anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
It was the Illuminati and the idea about you mentioned that it's not a secret, and Alex Jones. Yeah, I assume you know who I'm talking about.
Alex Jones.
Yeah. No.
No.
Oh.
Name sounds. You know me and names.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex Jones. Anyone?
Somebody's heard.
Yep, I know him.
I know
Not
Yeah,
personally, but I know he is.
reptilians, the reptilian
Yeah,
elite.
I mean, he's on Infowars.com. I mean, it's all about what you mentioned, where it's the secret's not a secret anymore.
Right. Well,
It
hell,
depends
look
on
back.
the player, you know.
His
was
his
that
message
again?
was just a little too extreme. I think he was a little too extreme.
Well, he's
Oh.
trying to entertain too.
Yeah, he's
true.
a complete fucking nut. Yeah, I
We
mean,
like the nuts.
That's my 2 cents.
I know, right? I like the nuts. Except some of them are a
Exactly.
little extreme, like Crowley. You took it to extremes. And there's Mr. Roboto.
You know, wait a minute. You just mentioned Crowley and
I know.
Alex Jones. Hang on.
I know.
All I want to say
Two
is this.
different pair. I know.
No,
I'm bad.
Okay, fine. But Crowley at least had some style. Fuck, man. Infowars.com. I'm sorry. No, go read The Law by Aleister Crowley. That is a thing.
You're
Right?
gonna make Darth wheeze, making him wheeze to fall off his chair. And
Thank you.
yeah,
I don't-
that's him laughing.
I mean, if anybody knows who I'm talking about, it's like you can't even talk about those two fucking people in the same sentence.
That's
Not
true.
Really.
Not really. No.
Sorry.
All right, Wheezy boy.
Well, you can if you tie Barbara Bush in between the two.
Ah! Did you hear that? Ty Barbara Bush in between the two. Good one.
Well,
Bam!
you know the story, right?
I don't.
Please enlighten us.
Get a picture of Aleister Crowley, get a picture of Bush, the Bush Senior, his wife, and put them side by side. Her
That's
mother used to frequent Aleister Crowley's parties after he went dark.
Oh, no!
No!
Bastard child of Aleister Crowley.
You got it. Look up the
I
pictures. Look up the pictures, and you'll see it.
Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up.
Oh, I think I heard of this. Now, like, it's all coming to me now.
Put them side
You
by
know-
side.
I was like deep into this watching conspiracy videos whenever I was like 15 and 16, and then like I was just like, okay, I'm done watching so many videos on that
Yeah.
stuff. But
Sure.
Just watch Fox News.
That's a pretty crazy assertion. I mean, if you look at the book The Law by Aleister Crowley, it's got a great backstory about where it came from too. It's like that kind of a statement is just so like America,
Right?
fringe,
Ah.
lunatic fringe shit, right?
Right? Oh, that's
I
funny
love it.
shit.
But Crowley was a crazy old dude, man. Drink wine and take strange drugs.
Yeah.
End quote, man. He was
Yeah,
a
but
freak.
there's a lot of other stuff he did.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
I wouldn't doubt he's done acid. I'll tell you that.
Please.
well, that's what he was
Acid,
espousing.
heroin, meth,
think,
everything.
I think morphine. I don't know
Morphine
what
and
kind
heroin.
of hallucinogens they had that long ago, but I think he did probably.
Mushrooms.
he
I'm
was a
sure he
freak.
did peyote.
I don't know. He was back in the day. It was back
Yeah.
in the late 20s and shit. I mean, I don't
So
know what kind of drugs they
Well,
got.
peyote was still out there.
Still,
Or-
I mean, it's been around for thousands of
I
years,
know.
but I don't know what they took. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
know.
I know. In my research, I know he did a lot of heroin,
I'm pretty sure morphine was their drug
Yeah.
back then. That was
Mhm.
a big thing.
morphine and heroin.
Sure.
Yeah, that's when that's alchemy right there, Sam, for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring religion into it, but I'm just trying to kind of throw it out there. Even the Bible considers like doing drugs as like witchcraft, basically. You know?
Yeah, they just don't want you to expand your mind.
Of course, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Like it's very limited. They want you to be
Yeah.
like small-minded.
Exactly, and the free thinking that it causes. I mean, just LSD alone, frankly, like the first time I took it, it changes what a person knows of as the possibilities. It opens up all these pathways of,
The what ifs.
limitation that we have normally in the construct of our society that just went away. I just immediately just didn't have like the ego. It breaks down the ego. as I
Ego,
was
yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
And if you take enough, it fully decimates the ego. You're gone for a little while. And that can be a very freeing experience, I think, to the human, psyche, the whole. To
Yeah.
all of us.
I always took it.
Let me tell you a small little story. I did shrooms with a friend, and I ended up throwing my stinky shoes because I thought about it too much.
You can't do
I'm like,
that.
why?
Yeah.
I'm like, why the hell am I wearing these stinky shoes? They made me rethink. I'm like, I ain't gonna wear shoes that long anymore.
Well,
See there? That's what I mean. It just makes you think about stuff you wouldn't have before, right?
Yeah.
In a basic statement, right? Not so that we need to define it, but I think I get what you're saying. Like it just broke down something right away.
I know.
It just changed one thing about me, honestly. But that's the crazy
That was
thing
stinky
about.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's the conscious thing that you're aware of.
Yeah. That's true. I remember.
I would have kept it. I hate admitting it. I would have kept them longer, but like now that I did it just because of that one experience, because I did shrooms even before that, it like I don't know, like it rewired me.
Yeah. Well, did you wear your shoes without socks? I used to always wear my Vans
No.
without socks.
No, I never did that.
Oh, always them red Van shoes I used to wear, huh, Chris? Them red Vans. Oh, geez.
I learned about that in high school because I had, we all had Vans out west then.
Oh, sure
and,
we did.
Half the time you didn't wear socks on it. And I'm sitting there when they still had driver's ed in school. I mean, I'm old. And I sat next to one of the hottest girls in school. And, we were good friends. And I kept smiling, going, what the heck? What the heck? And I could see it was kind of bothering her, I figured out it was my shoes, and I'm just, no, what? But they were so dank. They were.
Oh, mine too. They wouldn't let me in the house. I'd have to take my shoes off and wash my feet outside. Oh, that was me wannabe skater. Okay. I crashed more times than I actually skated.
Well, it was fun to watch, probably.
I need to get back to skating.
I miss it.
I'm gonna have to scoot, folks.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much. You've been so informative. Such a pleasure talking to you.
Yep.
Oh,
We'll
you have.
later.
Bless
Bye,
you. Much
Digga.
gratitude.
Digga.
It's nice chatting with you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going too. Gonna have to get set up.
What are you doing tonight? What's up with you?
More Dark Souls 3. Probably gonna.
Nice.
What are you doing, Sam? What's up with your channel?
Honestly, like, okay, when it comes to my Doom 3 uploads, I need to upload that at a later time. I cannot do it during midday. It doesn't get as much views. So I do it strategically. That was the word. I swear my brain today. But yeah, I have to do it strategically. If I do it any other time, too late, won't get that much views. Too early, not that much. And I have to do it like every other 3 days before it gets too stale.
Gotcha. I know I always try to go up on your streams, on your videos.
I can't stream anymore. YouTube disabled my streaming. I don't know why. But
it was your stinky shoes.
You got a copyright strike, probably.
I never got a copyright strike or a community strike. I've only gotten warnings, and like I've tried keeping it PG-13. I mean, I would say the F word here and there, but like those streams didn't get taken down. I was streaming myself all of a sudden, and then like I didn't say no words. There's no inappropriate things, and then all of a sudden it stops my stream and saying that like I violated community guidelines, but it was just a warning, and then I wasn't able to stream again.
Oh Lord.
It was probably a troll, and then multiple accounts. So yeah, like someone really hated me for I God knows what. I always tried chatting it up with the trolls and tried being cool with them. I don't get offended that it was.
Haters are gonna hate. Haters, hurting people are gonna hurt people. That's what they do. Them offensive people. They find offense with everything. Well, got news for them. YouTube only cares about their money anyways. Oops. Yeah. Probably get nailed for that one. Well, thanks you all. I want to thank Kai for stopping by and Crimson Mist. It's always a pleasure to see you. And Krishna was here for a minute. I don't know if he is still here. Captain, always nice. And of course, Darth, Sam, you guys rock as always. Nanu. Yeah,
Nanu.
eat them shrooms. They're good for your health.
For your brain.
Yeah, it is. They're good for you.
Brain
In
food.
small doses. Yeah. So is hemp.
Yeah, microdosing is the best thing you could do.
Yeah. Yeah. And hemp. I've been putting hemp back in my diet. What a friggin' difference in my life. Let me tell you. That you can buy anywhere. The hemp seed and stuff. It's a little bitter, but putting that in some superfood, I'm telling you. Oh, and Crimson Mist has a show tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow morning on radioconfluence.com. Let's not miss it. He's awesome. We love you. And with that said, this is your favorite redhead stepchild with Babbling Bullshit. With Bodacious Babes, I have to say, because y'all are Bodacious Babes, which means most excellent sweeties. Has nothing to do with boobs, by the way. Just saying. And with that, I'm signing off. Unless you guys have anything else, take care, be safe, and above all, have much gratitude and be humble to those around you. You never know. A smile is an instant facelift, both to you and to the one you're smiling at. So keep it real. Love y'all.